I wanna say nature is healing after Jagex took a stance against community staking, reroll giveaways, and advertising Gamba on Old School RuneScape section on Twitch, or anywhere in the game, but unfortunately the pollution is taking over again. Icebergs are melting, there is in fact multiple wars going on right now, and I still can't get 85 Slayer. All three things equally important. And you know what else is important? Keeping your promises. So let's delve into that while you see me and the boys absolutely desolate these expert trades. Well, okay, actually I got carried hard here, but we don't talk about that. So, 3 months ago I made a video how community staking is destroying old school RuneScape. It was basically a $1 million underground business, and after this video came out, nothing happened for a month. Then out of nowhere, Jagex slaps their PP on the table and says enough. Everyone who does community staking, everyone who does RuneScape Gamba, everyone who purchases reroll giveaways will be banned, and we will not tolerate this. I was a happy boy to say the least, because it really is a awful thing to witness. Gambling addictions is one of the worst things a human being can go through, and I've seen this myself in real life and in RuneScape, especially young people under the age of 21 just throwing millions of GP into the wall and never stopping, because that's the unfortunate situation of addiction. You can't stop, you need one more hit, and it saddens me that this was going on. In any case, Jagex stops this, bans all the people who did break the rules, and that was that. At the end of the video, however, I said this. Jagex did set themselves up for a failure though. If even now, after coming out with official news posts saying we are gonna ban you if you do this, and if they don't ban players moving forward, everyone is gonna point at that exact news post that came out yesterday saying, Jagex, you promised you will ban those people, and yet nobody is banned anymore. Hopefully they're gonna follow through with their promises, and at least one part of the Gamba community is gone for now. And so we get to yesterday. I was browsing the Twitch category looking for hot single RuneScape girls, and lo and behold, all the same people who broke the rules 2 months ago are doing it again. And basically nothing has changed. So after months of back and forth with the community and Jagex developers, we go to the judges' scorecards for decision, and the judges rule that this is still an absolute catastrophe. Oh my god. Actually makes me sad. It does, it really does. Funny thing is, this is not only against Jagex's rules, but also against Twitch's terms of service. So these people who break those rules could lose their Twitch accounts, because it states that you can't break any in-game rules or your Twitch account will get banned. Only thing Jagex has to do is cooperate with Twitch, which is probably never gonna happen, but one can hope. The problem currently is that this community staking and the Gamba streamers get more arrogant every day to a point where they can just do the exact same thing again, because there was never gonna be a JMod who keeps an eye on these streamers every day. I mean, who has time for this? Which brings me to another point. Why even make an official news post about this at all if we can't keep it under control? Just silently ban them and move on, and ban them again once you have the time, because you set yourself up for a failure and you can't follow through with your promises, which I realize is a thing that happens with Jagex a lot lately. Another thing is, how do these people keep getting away with it? I mean, they have to make some good money to risk it all every day they go live, right? Well, if you visit one of those streams, people think they are legit and don't know about the scams that are going on. These are mostly innocent RuneScape players who just want to make a quick buck. When you post about them on Reddit, the threads get mostly deleted, which is understandable. Witch hunting should be against subreddit rules, but I feel like there is an exception here to bring light against scammers. Also, when you criticize them on their Twitch channel, you get banned from the channel, and basically speaking the truth and trying to help people out, not giving billions of GP away, will get your messages removed. Since they are streamers, people are more willing to trust them with money. And I mean, about the Gamba streamers, I don't think there needs to be any explanation for this. There is a reason why Twitch banned large portion of Gamba from the site. It's bad for service, and that goes for Jagex and Twitch. Also, there is a weird subcategory of old school RuneScape Twitch streamers who basically just run another game the entire stream like marbles, where everyone can participate and win RuneScape prizes, and these streamers have RuneScape running in the background while the main focus is on the other game. and all they do is giveaways non-stop. This is where the reroll giveaway rule comes in, because you can essentially buy a Twitch sub for a streamer and the host will reroll the winner, and this keeps going and going and going, sometimes for hundreds of dollars. And now I went over the exact 3 rules Jagex stated in their official post 2 months ago, where they promised to take actions against people who will do this in Twitch. Yet there I was yesterday. My idea of finding hot single RuneScape girls was completely gone by now, and my night was ruined, because once again Jaggy Baggy promised to remove this disease, but it's now back, and arguably even stronger at this point. I'm not even mad, I'm just disappointed. So, what's the next step? Well, it's Christmas, so probably nothing will happen this year. We'll see how this goes, because honestly, all of this is as blatant as it gets. I mean, at this point, everybody already knows this community staking streamer is a big scammer. Yet, somehow, while recording this video, he is live again, and there are over 200 people watching him do this. He has mental breakdowns on Discord every time he goes to depths. He scams his viewers by losing to himself in staking matches. In this clip you can see him pretending to trade an imposter that is in reality his friend or his second account he uses, and then he plays dumb saying, oh oopsie doopsie, I just lost 1.6 billion GP. Sorry guys, what you gonna do, you know? And these situations aren't one-off. I mean, they happen almost daily, where billions of GP just suddenly disappear due to offline staking matches. And yet somehow, every time he starts his stream again, people will still donate billions of GP to him. At the end of the day, I hope Jagex realizes that you can make 7 more posts about how none of this is allowed. You can even write it in bold text to make sure people get it. But if people still do it, then is it really rule breaking? The only worry this could bring is that more and more people are gonna do it because they know they can get away with it. I know it's super cheesy, but actions speak louder than words. It's a perfect way to encapsulate this event. It just leaves a bad stain on otherwise an awesome game that I would say over a million people enjoy. I'll end with this. I genuinely hope I'm wrong here, but right now it looks like Jagex doesn't really care about the gamba or a game of chance in this game, but rather they don't want to be classified as a gamba game under certain UK jurisdictions, because real money is traded for GP and that GP is then being gambled. That's why they made the official post making sure to say that this is against the rules. Whether or not they will ever take actions against those rules is another thing, because enforcing rules is completely different than just affirming them. Now again, I honest to God hope I'm wrong here. I'm not a lawyer, I'm just a horny, hungry, tired, and mostly worried RuneScape player who likes to see these things work out the way they were intended to, and hopefully Jagex actually keeps pushing to ban these people. I guess the only thing left to ask is, did we get a purple in these raids? Well, what do you think? Of course we did, of course we did. Unfortunately, not in my name because I was the leech, but you know, the color is all that matters, not who gets... Oh, okay, that sounded so racist, I'm sorry. You know what I meant. I'm gonna go back to browsing hot single RuneScape girls on Twitch. I will have a much light-hearted video for you tomorrow, so make sure you subscribe to keep up to date, and I'll see you all in 24 hours. I love you all, bye.